Keep this. Yeah, again, I would cut the. I think 22 lands is a good number, but I don't like the Overgrown Tomb and the Jeskai Triumph. Just get your Sultai Triumph aggressively. You're playing way too many Veil of Summers. Veil of Summer is I don't even think a card that really shines in decks like this necessarily. Like I don't think that you're inherently that weak to counter spells, and like a lot of discard decks are going to side out discard against you. You need to play that Force of Vigor in the sideboard. I don't like these Solitudes in the sideboard either. I want to see the fourth Force of Vigor. I want to see some Cascade Hate. Maybe Teferi Time Raveler on the board. It's probably not that hard to cast. The Weather the Storms are fine. Don't play the Winds of Abandon either. Like play Path to Exile if you're like really worried about Murktide Regent. Like play like 3 paths, I suppose. Wear Tear is also a card you could consider over Force of Vigor, but I think you want to play Force of Vigor instead. I'm not 100% sure. Let's steal this Channeler, I think. Yeah, got Ranger Captain for Tribal Flames. Make those changes to the mana. I would play 0 Veil of Summers. 0 Veil of Summer, 3 Path, 2 Winds of Abandon, or so 2 Weather the Storm, 4 Force of Vigor. They're gonna heat their own Channeler. It's fine. Maybe play like 2 Teferi Time Ravelers, and maybe you keep in another blue source. Probably not a second Triumph though. I miss it on their land drops. Play Esperson still on the sideboard too, maybe. Okay, and then the other list is a Bant Reclamation deck. So I have a Bant Reclamation list in the Stream Decker that you can look at. One thing is I think that if you're going to play Wilderness Reclamation, you need to lean on that as kind of your mana engine, and you need to move away from Teferi, Hero of Dominaria. So I think I would like to see I want to see you cut the Teferis for 4 Deluge if you're playing Reclamation. Deluge and Reclamation are really strong together, and Reclamation and Teferi have a little bit of tension because they fill a really similar role, and they raise the curve a lot, and they don't work that well together. So that's another change I'd like to see you make. And then I also think Stoneforge Mystic plays really poorly in the Reclamation shell. You're doing too many things. You're trying to be Stoneblade control Reclamation, and having a Yorion companion doesn't let you do that. In fact, I think that having 3 game plans that don't play well together, the Reclamation, the Teferi Heroes, and the Stoneforge plans, you're gonna feel that issue exacerbated when you play Yorion because your deck's a little bit less consistent anyways. You want more redundancy, not just different piles of plans. So I think you got to pick a lane. And I think that lane that you should pick is Reclamation. And if you're going to play Yorion, you want to play cards like Omen of the Seas, potentially. But you can find my take on it in the Stream Decker. But you got to pick a lane. You can't have it all. Yorion does not let you have it all. We could have had it all. Yorion and Bant. A Rosa, they were 13 months. Very lucky indeed. Kind of surprised they chose to drown that when they know I have Yorion. I think I play Yorion here, just try to eat the Channeler. But they might heat it, I guess. It's probably gonna be okay. I missed. I keep missing. I meant to put it on the Flooded Strand. Not like it's a big deal, though. Does not have interaction power. We'll add more interaction, right? Like Stoneforge. Yeah, I wouldn't add Stoneforge Mystic. Like take out card draw for interaction, but like your power in a Reclamation deck comes from the card draw. Stoneforge Mystic just ain't it. What's the draw for the green splashing Bant? Ice-Fang and Abundant Growth. And like what's also kind of like really nice about this version, right, is that not only do Ice-Fang and Abundant Growth work really well with Yorion, but Ice-Fang is like really only playable in a Yorion deck where this isn't talked about that often, but 80 card mana bases are better than 60 card mana bases, where in 60 card mana bases it's like basically impossible to play like Floodplain and Prairie Stream and 2 basic forests. Like you just can't do it. But or like 2 breeding pools can be awkward as well. But in 80 cards you get to play all those, and you get to play like a better ratio of fetch lands too. And that makes your Ice-Fangs like actually a playable and powerful card in a shell like this, where in a 60 card mana base, it's like it almost just can't work. Or it's at least a decent bit worse. And then both these cards work well with Yorion. It's just blue-white control with a light green splash for growth and Ice-Fang. And then what's nice is Endurance is a really versatile sideboard card, so you can bring it against Ragavan, against graveyard decks, against Mill. And you really want those versatile sideboard cards in a Yorion control deck, where not only is your sideboard more taxed because you're going to see these cards less often, but you have more cards in your main deck that might be weak in any individual matchup. And so you want to have versatile sideboard cards to make sure that your deck is a cohesive unit post-board. And so like Endurance and Dovin's Veto are the 2 most versatile sideboard cards in Modern, and that's why you want to max out on those in this deck. Hope that was a good answer. Good hand, too. Is Scrollblade dead? I hope not. I love that deck. Terrible answer. I'll do better next time. Do we not board an Endurance? You can in this matchup. I tend to like Endurance less against Shadow compared to Rakdos or Blue-Red Murktide. It is fine. It is totally fine, but I tend to not bring it in this matchup specifically. Do you think Omnath Pile decks could have much better sideboards? Yeah, they can stop playing Veil of Summer in their sideboard. I know I sound like a salty, biased blue player and black player when I say that, but I think it's ridiculous that Omnath plays Veil of Summer in the sideboard, because their deck is supposed to just like outgrind all the other decks, so they have Yorion as a companion. It's like their deck is already like pretty good in these like in the matchups Veil of Summer is good in, and where Omnath struggles is against the more linear decks too. Like it struggles against the graveyard decks, the big mana decks. I think it needs to focus most of its sideboard for those cards. I should counter this so they can't play Shadow. Also, you know, the info's not irrelevant. And yeah, so I think that it's just ludicrous that they play Veil of Summer. I'm also like 100% like a salty bias. Let's just be real. I'm a salty biased Thoughtseize Counterspell gamer. But I at least feel like that argument makes sense to me. The argument of like that they shouldn't play Veil on their board. Compared to Bolt and Fury, where do you think Fatal Push is now? Push is a fine card. Like, one like big problem for Push though is it doesn't kill the elementals, or Fury Solitude specifically. And or does it kill Yorion? And like these cards are like, you know, pretty relevant. Doesn't kill Titan either, like where Heat kills Titan. The XL drowned in the lock, so it's good for me. The Assault Loam decks. I think those decks are cool. I think they have potential. I think they need to cut Bloodbraid Elf. I think Bloodbraid Elf is kind of garbo in that deck. It's good when it hits the 3-drops, but of course, like it always is. But I think like the 3/2 body is like not even like particularly relevant. It's just Just get it out of there. I think Shadow compares to Black Grixis at the moment. Shadow's got some rough matchups. Like Blue-White is coming back a little bit. Titan is like still a somewhat popular deck. Tron is like actually back in a big way. And Shadow also like to some extent has a target on its head, and you see that with like the metagame adjusting for these decks to come back. While Rakdos is like good against all of those decks. I've also like this is something I haven't been talking about much, but it's something I've been thinking about a lot lately. Is the fact that not only does I think Rakdos have a better matchup spread than Grixis, Rakdos is also the more consistent deck. Like Rakdos is a more consistent deck than. Let's go for an instant speed verdict, I think. But yeah, Rakdos is a more consistent deck than Grixis. It's not like wildly more consistent, but like you do, and you sacrifice some power level for sure when you play Rakdos over Grixis, but you get consistency and you get a better matchup spread. So Blood Moon decks are better now? Maybe. That's kind of the thing about Blood Moon decks, is that there is not like an established, clear, best Blood Moon deck in the meta. Where Ponza is kind of slow and mana inefficient, and like I think that the Obosh or like almost Obosh decks that play like, you know, a few different cards, like the Chandra Dress to Kill Blood Moon decks, those decks are fine, but they are still, I think, figuring themselves out. They haven't like really, I think, established themselves as like a real big player yet. And I think that's like the biggest problem, is like there just isn't a like really clear best Blood Moon deck. Is there a particular reason I've never played Hammer Time? I have played Hammer Time. I've played I would estimate like 200 matches of Hammer Time lifetime, which is not very much for me, to be honest. But also, like, you know, this is something I think a lot of players don't realize about my stream, is that my goal is to like work on deck lists and try to innovate on them and hammer them out and all that fun stuff. And if I have an idea on how to improve Hammer Time, I'll play some Hammer Time if I've got some idea on how to innovate on the archetype. But I just haven't been working on it lately. But I'm not, this is on my stream, I don't like to just like copy like the challenge winning list or like decks that like listen to 5.0 or just copy them and play test them. I like to work on deck lists. That's what I like to do here. Welcome to the stream. Why cut some deluges for more Jace? Jace has been really impressive. I'm honestly really close to cutting the first deluge for the fourth Jace. Yeah, Jace is just kind of like I've been just more and more impressed by it lately. It's like especially in this deck where you have like when you have like 4 Abundant Growth, 4 Ice-Fang, 4 Spreading Seas, like you'll be, I think, a little surprised by like how easy it is to get flooded out because you don't have like that much selection. But Jace, like, this hidden needs a draw land. Can't currently cast any spell. I think I'm gonna keep though on the draw. You'll be surprised by like how easy it is to get flooded, and like Jace is just like so good at like just churning those like lands back into spells. When you play your own deck list in 4 games, like clearly pioneered, you feel more frustrated or proud? I don't really feel either emotion, I guess. I haven't felt an emotion in a while, to be honest. Right, land lets me double ending the hierarchs. Yeah, Misty Rainforest, I know. What could we have done to prevent this? Completely out of our control. I think I should probably Solitude the Geist here. Could have maybe mulliganed, huh? I do think this is a good matchup, at least. I just win sideboard games. They've got 2 cards left. Just James! 22 months. Ah! Well, at least my opponent's stumbling too. Kind of classic Screw vs. Flood situation. When did we stop playing Pioneer? A year and a half ago. Oh man, if that was the other, I guess it wouldn't matter actually. Sorry. Yeah, we actually lost to Ginger earlier today. He played really, really well. Well, this hand definitely needed to draw like any land, and oh wait, if I draw the second Mystigate. Okay. Mana unlocked, I guess. So I can go. What happens if I Spreading Seas Dryad Arbor? Judge. I think I'm gonna go Prismatic Ending a Hierarch and then Spreading Seas something. Not a creature. It's Creature Island. Still a creature. I think it's still a creature too, yeah. So yeah, Spreading Seas the Urborg. Weird, right, though. Could maybe have Spreading Seas this. Alright, need them to break a little bit more, maybe. That is true, that's true. And your Urborg does let us ending X equals 4. Looks like they drew Eldritch Evolution. No, Augury of Autumn. You can play lands from top, and if you control 3 or more creatures with different powers, so 0, 2, and 1, they can play creatures from the top. Huh. And they hit Yawgmoth off the top. Ah! I guess I need a verdict. I think I'm supposed to Jace here. What's the reason behind Second Forest? It's like really good when you draw multiple growths. It's also like kind of important to have like that one extra green source in sideboard games where you have endurance. I'm not 100% sold on it, but I do think that when you're playing the 80 card version, you can usually get away with it. Alright, let's go to game. Yeah, let's go to game 2. Should we usually play the first Force in this matchup? This has been my sideboard plan against Yawgmoth. Ginger got rolled for Vizier combo. Jeez. It's kind of nuts. Wait, yeah, Druid actually seems pretty good against Hammer Time, right? I missed a deck tech. There were 3 deck techs. Yeah, I did 3 deck techs, or I did 2, and one of them was a legacy deck. I'm sorry, Aram. I don't think I saw one that I missed. If I missed a deck tech, yell at me. Thoughts on Finale in the Asmo food deck? I don't know. I think it's fine. I just like the biggest problem with Finale is that Asmo is not like this amazing engine in the current meta. It's like kind of easy to play around. It doesn't just win the game, and I think if you're going to be in on Finale for Asmo, like Asmo has to be really well positioned. You know what I mean? I missed yours. Okay, the post yours in the chat, Swaz. I'm sorry if I did. If I missed yours, just yell at me. I'm not trying to ignore or anything. I want to get you your, you know, hard-earned deck techs. That is true. Druid does seem really bad against every Ragavan deck. I think I saw you post this. Trying to remember what I had thoughts I had on it. I remember thinking I didn't like the expressive iterations. I thought they didn't make that much sense to me since you're playing like Wandering Mind, Ephemerate, like Seasoned Pyromancer, like these are your card advantage engines, right? Wandering Minds, Ephemerates, Seasoned Pyromancer. Like I don't know how you could also afford to play Impulse, Iteration, Showdown, especially in your Yorion deck too. Okay, that's a very good draw. Especially in your Yorion deck where like you want your card advantage engines to be flicker effects. So I really don't like the impulse iterations. Like maybe you can still play iteration because the card's kind of broken, but I don't like the impulses. They make like no sense to me. Also like your deck is incredibly weak to big mana and combo. Like Blood Moon helps, but you're an 80 card deck with Blood Moon, so it's hard to completely lean upon it. And you know, I mean, your decks like this are always weak to the big mana and combo decks, but I feel like if you play this list, you're gonna feel that exacerbated a little bit, perhaps. I think those are my thoughts. I don't know exactly how you reconcile those issues. Like Yorion decks like this are really hard to digest because there's just like so many options. But those are the issues I have with the list, and you know they are ultimately what you have to figure out. Like, you can play walls. Walls aren't that good in the metagame. They're okay. Cryptic Command's still fine. Yeah, you can play Cryptic. You know, I've been loving the Cryptics in Lotus Field. They're definitely way better there than they are here. But, yeah, if you wanted to play Cryptic Command in this deck, it would be, like, reasonable. Yeah, Teferi's may be good. I mean, it's really awkward on your curve, though. It's also the problem. Was there a reason to Solitude before playing Teferi? I mean, the reason to Solitude before playing Teferi is that my opponent might keep the Pest token. If I Solitude first, like, they have a decision point there. And, like, if they have double Strangle guys, they can, like, kill the Teferi and they keep the Pest token. It's obviously like a super narrow thing, but I think it's just like generally good sequencing there. So not, it's like where they have the decision on whether or not to sack the pest. So like just not give them perfect info on how they should make that decision. So next turn I can go Hero Plus, Time Raveler, Bounce Solitude, Hardcast Solitude again. This is Court of Calling for 3. Court of Calling for 3. Grist, kill Teferi. Okay, so now I can't replay the Solitude this next turn, but they're still in pretty rough shape. Think we might draw a white card off Teferi to pitch to Yorion. Yeah, that maybe is more relevant. Yeah. Can probably be sold on that. All right, going to game 3. Submit. Yeah, I bounced my Solitude a bunch. This hand's very close. Gonna mulligan though. I guess I can put back the Prismatic. My mana is like very good without it. Prismatic Ending has re-entered the chat. Is Force 2 Nera, Coordinate Evolution are pretty important. I have one in the deck at the moment. I don't usually ever want to draw more than one. Well, classic Flood. Yeah, I know we've been flooding a lot today. Let's just draw some spells, huh? Let's manifest some spells. That's like kind of the opposite of manifesting spells. They're down to just one card in their hand, though. Okay, we got a pretty good spell here. They have one card left. It's like Eldritch Evolution, Court of Calling. I guess if we were going to draw a land, huh? Probably want it to be that one. And we were able to manifest a Yorion, which at least like stabilizes the board a bit. Let's see what their top deck is. It is a spell. That spell is Thoughtseize, I think. Okay. Well, back to top decking. Taking 2 down to 16. Pretty good one. I could main phase Solitude and exile Birds of Paradise, and that cuts them off double black, so they can't top deck Yawgmoth. They can still top deck Eldritch Evolution, but can they chord 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7? Yeah, they can still chord, but I think cutting them off top deck Yawgmoth is pretty good here. If only we had a Reclamation, yeah. If only we had any spell in our hand, right? Like any, yeah. If we had anything, yeah. I am on board. I'm on board. If only we had a Teferi, Hero of Dominaria. If only we had anything. Yeah, I think it's a good point, Panda. With me not Yorioning, I think they probably should have held the cord. Give me the classic Thoughtseize trap, though. I just saw that they don't have anything. They would never be so lucky to top deck. I think trading 1 life for -1 land in the deck is a favorable in this matchup. -1 life for -1 land. Thinning for life. I think at this moment where I'm getting like beat down by Young Wolves, I think that my life total matters more than thinning, especially in your Yorion deck. But I don't know. I think you're chilling. All right, 2-0. I've been liking this Bant deck a lot. It's really slow, like it's like very brain intensive. It's hard to just grind with this deck, but I've been really liking it. Want a die roll. You feel Black Red Banner is hammered down. You put out time, deck is hammered down to me. I mean, that's the kind of deck that will be evolving over time, but I really like the list at the moment. I have like 6 trophies with the list in the last few days. 5 or 6. 5 or 6. Yeah, the list has been like very good for me lately, so I feel pretty good about it at the moment. Yeah, 40 days till I turn back into a pumpkin. I don't think I'm attacking. Attacking is kind of cringe, to be honest. All right, okay, the fetch island end of turn is very classic. I have Blood Moon in my deck. Our deck is pretty resilient to Blood Moon, but I am going to, I'm definitely going to be fetching a bunch of islands here, I think, and just try to be good when the Blood Moon ever comes. People keep, I don't have red hair. People keep, my beard is kind of red, but, people keep talking about me also being a misplaced ginger, but I don't have red hair. Okay, I can Prismatic Ending the moon if it comes down, then hold up Counterspell. So I think I can Force of Negation that charm there. Okay, then I suppose Teferi with Counterspell up seems pretty good. Yeah, my beard is kind of red, so I guess I'm somewhat of a ginger then. But like usually my beard is a little shorter and like it doesn't look red at all, and my hair is like dirty blonde. Although it's got like a little bit of orange hair dye in it from Halloween still, maybe. My hair is at least strawberry blonde. It's like you can't tell me what my hair color is. You know what I mean? It's like I've been living my life for a long time now, and nobody's ever told me my hair is strawberry blonde. It's like maybe just like the lighting here, you know what I mean? But my beard is though. I don't think that. I think that's, you know, ginger stolen valor, right? If I say that my red beard is a ginger hair, it's just stolen valor, right? Okay, I think I'm gonna plus again and then prismatic ending the borrower. Yeah, Matthew confirmed unmisplaced ginger has told me I can't claim with the red beard. All right. Any reason not to bounce borrower? Well, they can bounce my Teferi, and I want to keep the Teferi in play, right? This also uses my mana like pretty efficiently to do it this way. So do we think they're playing Ragavan? I kind of like don't think so. Because so we could sideboard like, we could play some Verdicts for Murktide. They are playing some creatures. Verdict being uncounterable is really nice, and then I could play like 2 endings. No, I want these spreading seas out of here. So maybe we'll play 4 endings, 2 endurance, 3 verdict. Maybe 3rd endurance, 3 endings. Let's do this. Yeah, turn 1 Ragavan confirmed. Of course. Oh, dodged it. Trying to think about Blood Moon here. I think that like with this counterspell in my hand, it's kind of hard for me to just like get, you know, wham slammed by turn 3 Moon. Untonice for Murktide. Well, I've got Solitude and Verdict for Murktide. Maybe Untonice is better. Oh man, maybe I am getting turn 3 mooned. What's a better color to get? I think green might be the best color for like top decked Abundant Growth. Man, we've been dodging some hammers here, huh? Aren't you concerned about the number of green cards pitched for endurance when building decks or sideboard? Of course I am concerned sometimes. In this deck, I'm less concerned because I'm most of the time just hard casting endurance, right? Endurance is like the incarnation you need the least green cards for because you just hard cast it. I can't believe I got Tails ended. Me. I'm supposed to be the Tails Ender, not the Tails Ended. Play around second Tails End or snap Tails End, I guess. That's my card. Spell Snare, oh boy. Oh boy. Three cards in their hand now. I think I need to start jamming. Well, I wasn't really expecting that one to just resolve like that. Oh, I should have played my Flooded Strand to play around Moon. Sorry. 5 blue mana has been tapped. Untapping. 1 red for Rouse Eric. Okay, this can't hit Planeswalkers. Probably be okay. Okay, with 4, so let me put back Verdict. Second Jace. I can keep the other Jace on top and draw it if I want to. See if this gets countered. I'm gonna minus. I didn't switch to Cardboard Live. I tried to switch to Cardboard Live, and it didn't like really work that well. But the Stream Decker is still up. I don't know if it's like currently down though. But if you type !deck, you should be able to see the Stream Decker. But neither service is like really that good. I feel they're fine. They get the job done. Other cards. Okay, I guess I'm putting back Solitude and hoping my opponent's playing a creature deck. They didn't reveal a companion though. You can find the trophy thread on Twitter. Yeah, we were looking at it earlier, but I have it all recorded. I think I would estimate I have like 15 different decks trophied with this race. Might be more, might be less. My guess is 15. We're gonna play Growth in 60. I think Ice-Fang is like unplayable. If you play Counterspell, Charm, Verdict, you can't play Ice-Fang without Growth. Ice-Fang is I think unplayable without Growth. I should have played Heath on turn 1. I don't know how I typed us there. What are the bad matchups for the deck? I feel like this deck's got a lot of game against most of the format. Is there a way to see MTG Modern Leaderboard trophy on a website? I don't think so. And they called it a mine. A mine. I think I'm drawing a card. The Stream Decker isn't up to date. I did not know the Stream Decker was not up to date. Okay. I will try to update it. Thank you for awareing me. Okay, I need to exile this. Land is a good draw. What's the win con for the deck? So this is a control deck, and you're going to hear that term a lot as you become more and more enfranchised with Magic. A control deck is a deck that, the win condition is a little bit less relevant, where the idea is that you're playing a lot of cheap, efficient interaction, and you're playing a lot of card draw too. And you're going to have a degree of inevitability in the late game. So your goal is to get to the late game, and then you'll have a handful of win conditions. Those win conditions will be like, in this deck, it's Jace the Mind Sculptor, Teferi, Hero of Dominaria, Ice-Fang, or Yorion. Yeah, I feel like we've got a solid matchup here. Thank you, Hunter. Yeah, Solitude and Undenice is pretty good against the creativity deck when they can't go off at instant speed. Yeah, I don't know if too many people know this, but like, I was an IT guy for like a few years, like 5 years before I was streaming, or while I was streaming too. But I was trying to become a school teacher for. Oh, sorry. Should I counter this bolt? I guess I'll counter the bolt. I was trying to become a teacher for a while. I mean, I can bounce this if they don't have another bolt. I can also Solitude it and keep my Teferi around. But they're about to start Dovin mining. I'll just bounce, I think. They get into my Undenice. I mean, that doesn't matter that much. They just get an Emrakul in play. Yeah, but I feel like the stream really gives me a that outlet of sharing knowledge that I wanted with teaching, except being way better than teaching. Could have maybe ending that Ren 6. Could have been better. Alright, classic land before iteration. Exiled Wooded Foothills. They usually play one Emrakul and then one, like, either Sarah's Emissary is the most common, sometimes Archon of Cruelty. The other day we saw Iona as, like, so they can creativity X equals 2 and get 2 big creatures in play. I don't do donation decks, creature. I want to, do it my way. I'll do it my way. Draw 2 to discard to make a treasure. I'm sure you play Jund Saga for 1,000. I don't know, man. Like, I probably would have to, but it's also like I just want to stream the decks I want to play, and I also like really dislike the sub game of how much spike, how much is your price. Like I just like playing the game. Everybody's got a price spike. Tell me yours. What is this clip? Do I smoke? Do I smoke? Only when I'm banging your mom. Don't regret that one. Glittering Wish. Okay, I don't know what's going on here. We played Blue White Stoneblade yesterday. Teferi, Hero of Dominaria. Yikes. What do I do here? I think I'm probably supposed to like try to find my own Teferi with the castle. Unexistent thing for 11 months. I could also like Solitude their crab token, but they just keep their Teferi. It's just like the Solitude's not getting through. I kind of need this for Emrakul insurance. Dude, I was drawing 2 lands. Yeah, I've never seen Glittering Wish in their deck before. It seems like really odd to me, to be honest, but it was good there. Do I just slam Yorion? I guess. Yeah, like I'm not pretending like I don't have a price for a donation deck, and I'm not pretending like I don't have, like I would do stuff for money, right? Everybody does stuff for money, right? But I hate the sub game that you have to play as a streamer, or that people always play with you, where they say how much, they want to know what that number is, and most of the time, like it's just I just hate it. Yeah, at least the hot tub stream meme is dying down a little bit. Hot tub stream. Spike, have you heard on Twitch some people do hot tub streams? They stream themselves in a hot tub. Oh my gosh, we're getting just trashed by these Glittering Wishes. Yeah, no, I got you, creature. I don't mean to just call. I'm not trying to just call you out specifically, but this is just, me venting, because it's not just you. I'm just trying to make it known as a policy. I just don't like to have like these kind of combos. If I didn't want you to feel like I was just singling you out. Can't believe I drew another land. Ugh. Scry 2 lands to the bottom, land, just get crushed. That's how you lose a trophy run. Although we still have games 2 and 3 here at least. Might have been better to exile a dwarf token, because now they have the double block if they want it. They do also have Dovin's Veto up. So let's see if this can trade for the Veto. Upkeep Castle with that much mana. If I upkeep Castle, I can't cast Teferi, Hero of Dominaria. They have Dovin's Veto in their hand. I think upkeep Castle is like pretty bad here. But it's pretty good if I was going to draw a land. Maybe with this land I can upkeep Castle, but I still can't cast my Teferi Hero, which is like the best draw. But like I think with only the ability to have 3 mana after the upkeep, I guess I could play the land though to have the 4th mana. Nah, I still think I'm supposed to take the draw. Because it's like we can draw like Jace into something too if we don't upkeep Castle. I will fetch Dovin though. We can end of turn Castle too if we need to, right? Damn it. Told you should upkeep Castle despite. Is it fetching back as I bottom 2 lands? I've already fetched since I bottomed the 2 lands. I fetched so I could shuffle the Yorion away, and that was like that undid the I wanted to shuffle the Yorion away because they Teferi minused on it, and then I shuffled, so then like the fact that I bottomed 2 lands didn't matter. Okay, game 2. So I want the Dovin's Vetoes. Solitudes are pretty good too. Anthonice is good against their combo. Verdict might be better because they can like Prismatic Ending the Anthonice. Spreading Seas. Spreading Seas is interesting. I think you can't really afford to tap out for it too often in this matchup. There are Rin and 6 Teferi Time Raveler decks. So I think I'm going to play 3 endings. And then we can play the 4th Verdict. Verdict's pretty good against like X equals 2 on their creativity too. Let's do that. Probably have to keep this. Don't love the hand. I think you have to keep Protomols to 6. Yeah, I agree that Glittering Wish looks tough on their mana, but I think like when you play the Dovin Mind deck, you kind of understand that your mana's like you're getting a little greedy with the mana anyways. Draw a land on turn. Surely we can't get as flooded again, huh? Oh, they kept a 1-lander. They kept a 1-lander. We drew a spell. Pog. You can steal the crab. Could steal the clue token. Probably not, right? So I don't think I cast the charm here because if they have a dispute, then they get to use their mana. And I think in spots like this where you have a lot of lands that you can play and your opponent's missing lands, it's usually just good to like not do anything and like maybe let them discard a few times. Is it Anthonice better than Verdict? Well, they are going to creativity X equals. We talked about this, but they're going to creativity X equals 2 a decent amount of the time, and Verdict stops that. They can also name Enchantment with Sarah's Emissary potentially, which is not super likely, but they can name it. And they have Prismatic Ending for Anthonice. But yeah, we talked about it. I'm pretty sure I'm supposed to slam the hero here. Adam with the 10-pack. What are these hearts? I've never seen those before. That's crazy. I've got to give this stuff from Adam. Make sure you say thanks. Some energy to get to 4-0 at least, huh? Yeah, what are those hearts from? Is that just because you got to 100 total gift subs? Oh, sorry, 10 total. Install an extra 0 on my mind's eye. Alright, going to game 3. I might be interested in the 4th copy of Prismatic Ending on the draw, since we are kind of weak to Wrenn and 6 on the draw, so let me cut the 4th Verdict for that. And Frank gifting us up to Lincoln. Very cool. Do I run ads? I don't run ads, no, but you'll still get it when you tune into the stream for the first time. There's no way to turn that off. I chose the hearts when I gifted them. It's cool. I just never seen it before. Okay, on the draw. Game 3. Creativity. With a okay hand. Like the old turn 2 Wrenn and 6. We thankfully have the Force of Negation. Pretty easy choice to pitch the Ice-Fang, of course. No green mana and 2 Ice-Fangs. Still no green mana. Uh-oh. Pretty good draw for them. What's really bad about this Teferi is that they can instant speed creativity next turn, and that's going to get through my Antonice. Okay, I found a Prismatic Ending. I still don't have the green mana to ending the Teferi, though. Wait, they're playing Flooded Strands? Okay, well that doesn't get Dwarven Mine, at least. They're icing me? Okay. So that means I can't Prismatic Ending even if I draw the green mana here, which I do not draw. Don't really have a play besides Yorion, I guess. But next turn, if I can find green, I can go Ending and I can hold up Veto / Force. Well, if they do have creativity, I guess we can hope that they hit Emissary and not Emrakul. Okay, they don't cast it now though. Feels bad. Why don't I run ads? Ads are bad EV on Twitch. Like the amount of people you lose when you run an ad, it does not outweigh the money you get from the ad. Yeah, I know people would stay. Some people would also leave too, and you don't make almost anything on ads. Like, it is a really like small part of the income. All right, so they can still instant speed creativity. They can only do it X=1, so they might still hit Emissary if they have it. They didn't cast it end of turn last turn. Yeah. Most people who run ads have a contract with Twitch to run them, so they get. I have better EV on it. Dodged it. Yeah, I also want to make the experience better for you guys too. I think I pitched the Yorion. It's kind of close. I'm so over Veil of Summer. I've been Veil of Summer so much lately. So I think I need to... If I Antonize the token, they fetch another Dwarven Mine, they can attack down to 3. I guess I can ping here. I think I need to exile a token. Especially because they can creativity X equals 2, and they can do it at instant speed with Teferi. Okay, they did get another token. It's gonna be really hard to win from this spot. Ugh. We have 2 counterspells. They got a Teferi, the Time Raveler in play. It's a pretty good card. Take some time to read it. They ping, so I can't minus. Yeah, the Veil was a... I know. It was just... Ugh. Draw a card with the Teferi. Can bounce Ice-Fang replay. I can bounce a Dwarf token. I can bounce the Anthonized as well. I'm not stupid. I was just trolling me. Well, if you, what do you want? I'm gonna shut up. I was simply trolling you, Spike. Making a very helpful comment. You can't bounce Teferi. Teferi can only bounce creatures or artifacts, enchantments. They pinged the Teferi and not the Ice-Fang, which I think is a mistake, because now I can attack with the Fang, right? But they could have pinged the Ice-Fang, attack the Teferi. I don't know what this is. Oh my gosh. Protection from creatures, so I can't Solitude. I've never seen the hard cast. Yeah, they usually run the full 4 mines. Okay, can I Castle Vantress into Verdict? I think I'm a mana short. Yeah, I'm a mana short, so I'm just gonna take the draw. So I can draw Hero of Dominaria, Verdict, Jace the Mind Sculptor. It's not too bad. Brick City, though. Brick City, population, me. Have like the Heath when majority basic island. Well, we're playing 4 Strand, 4 Misty, 4 Vista, 4 Heath. Like, I think you need as many fetch lands as you can possibly have in this deck. Okay, so I can try to scry into Verdict, or I can draw Verdict, or I can I deluge into Teferi? 4, 5, 6, 7. I can't deluge into Teferi. I think I should scry. Okay, dead. No outs. Oh, I guess I could have drawn Anthonize. Oh, okay, I didn't have Anthonize. Dead though. Let's see. I mean, I really like this. I really like bounce the ice. Wait, did I have ice in play? I didn't still have ice in play. Wait, was my ice still in play? No! Oh no. Oh man. Okay, well, sorry. Yeah, it feels really bad.